You were watching the 2015 SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days. I'm joined now from Trinity University, head coach Pat Cunningham and senior guard Jimmy Clark. Guys, thanks for joining me today.
You're welcome. It's good to be here, Blake.
Thanks for having us.
So, Coach, I'll start with you. How's the preseason been so far, and how do you feel about your team for the new year?
Well, I think our word is guarded optimism, Blake. We're excited about this season, and I think our players have worked hard. Our returning players have worked hard between last year and this year to make themselves stronger, get in shape, and work on their skills. And then we've got a good group of freshmen that have come in that, along with our returning players, I think have worked hard for the 2 weeks of practice, 2.5 weeks of practice we've had up until now from October 15th. So we're excited. I mean, I think we'll see how it goes, but thus far we're excited about where we are.
Jimmy, from your perspective, how are you feeling about the upcoming season?
From a player perspective, we're also extremely excited. Obviously, last year didn't go the way that we had hoped or expected, so we're hoping to really come back and have a great year this year, and I think we're off to a good start so far.
Coach, talk a little bit more about this freshman class you have coming in. What have you seen out of them so far in the preseason, and do you anticipate any of them getting a heavy load of minutes into the regular season?
Well, we'll see on the minutes things, Blake, but as I say, we're excited about them. The one thing I think that we've added in this year's group is we've added size. We've got 6'9" Ben Beatty from the Seattle area, and Danny Rivera is about 6'8", and Kevin Owens is about 6'8", and then Isaiah Speck and Matt Cauliflower are all about 6'5", 6'6". So that's the one thing we've added. The one thing about freshmen, and again our sophomore class is also a pretty good sized class, is they don't know any better. So out in practice and stuff, there's a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of mistakes being made that they don't know are mistakes, but they bring I think a renewed or refreshed enthusiasm to our practices, at least thus far. Now as we start getting into game preparation, get ready to start playing, that will tighten up a little bit, but I think the enthusiasm part of it will remain.
Jimmy, how do you feel that you've changed as a player during the offseason? Was there something, one part of your game that you focused on improving?
I think as a team we really emphasize our strength and conditioning, especially with the change in the shot clock. We're going to maybe look to play a little faster, so that conditioning is going to be key. So that's something I really focused on, and then something that I've always tried to focus on in my 4 years here is just to continue to develop my range as a shooter, because we are a team who's always shot the three, so that's something I've always tried to improve.
Coach, was there maybe one thing that stuck out from last season that you and your coaching staff have really honed in on and really focused on improving?
Well, it's interesting. Like we've had a lot of discussions, and really last year was an anomaly for us, and we really don't know exactly what the cause was. But in trying to analyze it, I think the things that we try to focus on is one that Jimmy mentioned is things we have control over, is that we wanted to come back bigger, stronger, and faster, and really work on our conditioning and our strength conditioning. And then the second part of it is I think the one change strategically we've made from last year, this year, is we're doing a lot more of shooting in practice, I think, than we did a year ago. So I think we need improvement both offensively and defensively, but as Jimmy mentioned, we're going to try to play a little bit faster, and hopefully our shooting will improve. I think both our free throw and our field goal shooting, 3-point shooting, we're on the low end of what you have to be successful.
Jimmy, being a senior on this team with quite a few young guys around you, do you feel like that adds extra pressure to you to step up and be a leader?
I don't really view it as pressure. I view it as a great opportunity as a leader, and it's pretty unique being the only senior on this team, but I'm excited about being able to really put my fingerprint on this team, and hopefully lead us in the right direction, because I've played with a lot of guys who have been great leaders in my time here, and now I hope to provide that same leadership to these younger guys.
All right, Coach, last question for you. For someone who's never watched this team play, what is one thing that you'd want them to take away? So, when I watch Trinity University play, they're a team that does what?
Well, I think the one thing I think that we like to leave our stamp as is that the effort to which we bring each day. You know, if you come and say if you talk about a Trinity team, one, they play hard, they play with a lot of enthusiasm, and they play with some class. So I think that's the things that we're looking for. You know, technically, you know, I don't know. Again, you know, we'd like to be up tempo. You know, we like to play. I think you win championships with defense. That's the thing I think we take pride in, and we've taken pride in over the years, is being a good team defensively, and hopefully this team will do a better job than we did a year ago, and start to get back to where we were when we were winning championships.
All right, head coach Pat Cunningham and senior guard Jimmy Clark from Trinity University. Guys, thanks for the time today, and good luck this season.
Thank you, Blake.
Thanks, Blake.